I want to talk to you about the mind of the INFJ. Of course, we always talk about the mind of the INFJ. That's pretty much what they are, is their mind. I mean, they're introverted and they're intuitive, and they get their introverted thinking. They think a lot. They're always in their mind. But you know what? Sometimes the INFJ tells more about, when they see future possibilities. It's not just about connecting patterns and connecting things and finding future possibilities that way. Yeah, that sounds about right. But let me tell you something. That some of them tell stories about how their mind is deeper than just that. Almost like they have a deeper connection into something that they really can't explain. For example, they almost think of their mind as like a slide roller, where they can be in the present, they can zoom back into the past, into their childhood, and see certain events that they did, maybe certain things they thought about, remembering moments when they were children, having visions of themselves in the future than the present time that they're in now. And almost having this interdimensional time warp in a way, of a mirror, of seeing themselves 40, 50 years in the past as children, thinking these things, and actually remembering that they were looking at themselves in the future at that very moment, and they were precise about some of their predictions of where they'd be and how they would be in the future. Now, a lot of times they tell stories like this, and of course, the INFJ, there's no way to prove this. These are not tangible proofs. They just get chalked up to being, wild imaginations. Just their mind, the way it works, the way it computes things, is abstract, reasoning and things like that is how it gets chalked up. But let me tell you something. There's something deeper than we'll ever know. Anybody will ever know about the mind of the INFJ. Now, there have been reports in the past about prophets, people that have been able to foresee the future. Edgar Cayce was known as the sleeping prophet. He would fall asleep and have dreams and visions, and he would be able to diagnose people's illnesses and things like that. Then you've always heard about these other prophets like Nostradamus, and he wrote quatrains that were eerily accurate about the future. And then you hear about other biblical prophets like Ezekiel and Isaiah and John, and there's a few more that all seem to have prophetic visions of the future. And some of them actually in their own way came true as well. So, does the INFJ possess a level of prophetic vision in their mind, in their intuition? People will never know, because it's not tangible, it's not provable, there's no evidence. But believe it or not, though, the INFJ knows that their mind is deeper than anybody can ever understand, even themselves.